Hello, Jeremy here. Sorry I wasn't here last week to put a video up. It's been a busy couple of weeks, and this week's been busy too, which is why you may hear my kids screaming in the background. Not because they're unattended and I'm not with them, but because this is a time of the day that I don't usually film these videos, because this is the time of the day when all hell breaks loose and the kids go crazy. They are with their mother and they are safe. Is their mother safe right now? That's the real question. After this video, I'll go check. But for now, let's look at some of these pressings I have of the Beach Boys' Summer Days and Summer Nights. This is an album that I do enjoy quite a bit. I am one of those people that if I had to choose between today and this album, I would choose today. But this is also a great album, not to be ignored, even though it sits kind of in between today and Pet Sounds. It's still a great album. I think sometimes some of that gets missed because it sits right there in between with Party, but that's a whole different story. So let's go through these. The earliest pressing I have isn't actually even titled Summer Days and Summer Nights. It's titled California Girls. This is a 1980 reissue. This is another one of those where they're hacking tracks, another green label. Not a good green label, unfortunately. This and the Today album do not have good green label iterations. So if you're looking for those on the green label, don't waste your time. If you're thinking maybe you might try it, just know, this is just my opinion. It doesn't sound good. It sounds like garbage. I'll probably be selling that one soon. Next one I have is the 1992 Japanese pressing. These came out around the time of the digital remasters that they did for a lot of the albums. So this is a digital source, but it sounds very good. It's in mono, and early pressings of this album in mono, at least the US copies that I've heard, are not good. They don't sound good. Much like Today, much like Pet Sounds, they don't sound good. At this point in Brian's production, he's adding so much into the 4-track. Maybe it's down to some of the mastering, I don't know. This album just didn't have a decent early pressing. And this, I think, does the album justice. Yes, it's a digital source, but you can hear everything. It's clear. For a Japanese pressing, it's not too shrill on the high end. It's nice and balanced. I'm a big fan of these 1992 Japanese reissues. As far as digital sources go, I don't think you can do much better than these. Speaking of which, here's another digitally sourced pressing. This is the 2009 or 2010 Capitol From the Vaults reissue. And I don't hate this one. I have the Today version, I think that came out in 2009. And that one sounds okay too. A lot of people don't like these because the bass is really boosted. I believe Mark Lynette was the one who remastered this. Regardless, if this is like the only copy that you can find, it's not terrible. I don't hate it. Yeah, it's nice to get a little different flavor with the nice chunky bass, but it's certainly not the best you could do, not by a long shot, but it's better than the green label. So, oh, one thing I will note about this, it says duophonic stereo at the top. That is incorrect. And if you buy this 2010 From the Vaults reissue, all of them are gonna say duophonic stereo. Don't worry, it's mono. It's mono. Okay. Next up we have the Analog Productions 2015, 2016. Sorry, I never know which year exactly these came out because they kind of did them in waves. The Analog Productions pressing. And this is the mono. This is very, very good. This is absolutely the best possible version of this album that you could own on vinyl. It's incredibly expensive now because these are out of print, which is a huge shame. But if you can find this one and you can afford it, this is the one you should chase after. This should be your white whale. So now that just leaves us with the stereo Analog Productions pressing. This was a new stereo mix by Mark Lynette, done very similarly to the Today album stereo remix. I would say this stereo remix is quite a bit better than the one that Mark did for Today. It's still not anywhere near as good as his Pet Sounds stereo remix or his Wild Honey stereo remix, but it's good. It's good. There's some tricks that are tried for certain tracks in here that just don't work at all. Girl Don't Tell Me, for instance, sounds horrible. The style in which these tracks are remixed in stereo are kind of all over the place. And, you know, if they could go back and kind of at least remix them all with some sort of consistency, that would make this kind of a little bit more appealing. But they didn't. And this is the only real stereo version of this album that you can get on vinyl. And I don't know, I give it like a 6 or 7 out of 10. I have to own it because it's the only stereo version of Summer Days and Summer Nights. But yeah, if I had to pick a favorite pressing, you already know I'm gonna say Analog Productions Mono. Right after that, I would put the Japanese 1992 reissue. And after that, I would put probably the 2010 Capitol From the Vaults reissue. This one, like I said, it's not great, but it's not terrible, and I personally don't mind how chunky the bass is. After that, I would do the Analog Productions stereo, and then the very bottom is going to be the Beach Boys' California Girls. Don't get this. Some of my favorite tracks on the album are obviously California Girls, Let 'Em Run Wild, You're So Good to Me, Help Me Rhonda, the single version. It's great. I prefer that one. I really like all of this album. I'm Bugged at My Old Man makes me uncomfortable, but you know, obviously it made Brian uncomfortable too because he put Too Embarrassed there for his songwriting credit. And I really do feel like if I could look at this album in a vacuum and not see it where it sits in between two much stronger albums, I would probably rate it like a lot higher than I actually do. But I listen to it a lot. It's fun. It's good. It's good. Anyways, what do you think of this album? Do you have a favorite pressing? I've heard an original US pressing, but I don't own one. I didn't like it. Is there a pressing that you really like that I missed? Please let me know. Any other thoughts about the album, of course, are welcome. That's it for this week, and I think next week I'll do another one of my custom albums that I've made for the band. Hope you're all having a good week.